Our first comic coming to the stage, local Orange County boy. He's touring clubs and colleges all over the country, and right now he's shooting an HBO special. Please say hello to Mr. Jeff Zaret.
Apparently the sound guy is colorblind. Let's bring out the clean, bald, white guy and play the darkest rap music we can. Before we get started, I gotta do this. I gotta do a selfie real quick. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. It's not that I'm vain, it's just that I'm on the work release program for Orange County Sheriffs and I have to prove that I was actually here. You guys are a nice crowd. You're a good crowd. It's the day before the 4th. I have to be honest with you. He said I am currently shooting an HBO special. Not really true. I had to be here tonight. It's a Dane Cook special. It's on, and I didn't want to miss it, so it's DVRing right now. So it's not my special. I am taping a special. It's just not mine. Be honest with you. Here we are. It's the day before the 4th, or as we call it here in Orange County, nothing. Fireworks are illegal. I remember when I was a kid, growing up, stuff that would go in the sky and all that. Now it's like, Dad, what do I get to do? We see these little black pellets, light them. What do? They turn into long pieces of charcoal. That was fun, that was exciting. Can we do anything else? Well, you can light this one. What's it do? Smoke comes out of it. Anything else? Nope, just smoke. Well, some sparks come out, but they only come about this high. Born and raised right here in Southern California. You mentioned that I'm a Southern California boy. And, growing up in this area, I had a lot of choices in life. I could have been a male stripper. Do not look at me with those judging eyes. It's possible. Or work at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. By applause, how many people have been to Disneyland? Here's the thing. You walk into Disneyland, and no matter where you go, you hear the Disney voice. Ladies and gentlemen, in 10 minutes on Main Street, USA. And you hear this voice no matter where you go until you go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom, they're playing Disney music. That should be fine. But when you're standing there at the urinal holding yourself and they're playing It's a Small World, that is just not good for the ego. A lot of people don't know this, but Disney had some successes, they had some failures. Disney recently tried to open up Disneyland Afghanistan. Unfortunately, the rides didn't translate. Pirates of the Taliban. Instead of the Haunted Mansion, it was the Terrorist Mansion. Is it your imagination or are these Americans actually stretching? It's a third world after all. It's a third world. Oh, I love being here in Southern Cal. Beautiful weather. Hey, I went out, it was gorgeous earlier today. I had some free time. I wanted to stay in shape. I decided to go for a hike. A nice, calming, relaxing hike. So I went to Casper's Park off the Ortega Highway for a nice, relaxing hike. Pulled up, the ranger said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm here for a nice, calming, relaxing night." He said, "No problem." Then he hands me this piece of paper. Anybody recognize this piece of paper?
Oh, yes.
You know what it says, right?
Yes.
Entering mountain lion country. Now I'm relaxed. Then I read the list of what to do if you encounter a mountain lion. Don't run, no shit. Hold your ground, wave your hands, and shout. Oh, just what I want to do. Make the angry cat angrier. Oh, this is my favorite. If the lion behaves aggressively, throw stones and rocks at him. I tried that with my ex-wife. That didn't go over very well. Convince the lion that you're not prey and you may not be dangerous. I'm standing there in my own piss on the ground. I guarantee he knows I'm not dangerous to him. Do all you can to appear larger than you actually are. That was easy. I just reached in my pocket, took a couple of Viagra, and I was definitely... This next one I misread. It says pick up children and place them on your shoulders. I thought it said pick up small children and place them in front of you. Made more sense to me. Oh, this is don't crouch down. The lion has seen you long before you saw it. Grady's a stalker too. Report any mountain lion sightings, and if you're injured, talk to the ranger and tell him in detail what happened. You're standing there as a bloody stump and you're missing your arm. I think the ranger can figure it out. Not relaxing at all. Not relaxing at all. Who's our single people? One person raised their hand. Who's our married people? Who's our married people that wish they were single? Sir, you're not supposed to raise your hand while you're next to her. Not a good idea. Congratulations, you now get to come over to the single side. 56 years old, in a couple weeks I'll be 57, doing the online dating thing. Single people, you've ever done the online dating thing? It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Here's the thing, bad and good. I've gone online, I've met some, we'll say interesting women and gotten some uninteresting dates. Went out with one woman, turned out she had multiple personality disorder. No, not a bad thing. I finally had my first threesome. Went out with one woman, she was adopted, didn't know she was adopted, got to that part of our relationship, we got a little intimate. Who's your daddy? I don't know. Went out with one woman, we're at dinner, and while we're at dinner, the alarm on her phone goes off, and she shuts it off, and I'm like, okay. Then the alarm goes off again, I'm like, she shuts it off. Goes off a third time, I said, okay, what is going on? Is there something that important? And she explains to me, she goes, well, I've got a couple alarms set on my phone, so they're reminders. I said, okay, what are the alarms set for? She shows me. One alarm was set to remind her when to eat, and the other was to remind her when to breathe. If you need to be reminded when to eat and when to breathe, if you're hungry, you eat. If you start to pass out, you breathe. I don't need an alarm on my phone for that one. But dating's been unusual. My dad, 85 years old, a few years ago my mom passed away, and my dad has been dating again, and now he's with this great woman. They've been together a year, and she's fantastic and all that. But when he first started dating, I get these calls, hey, you want to go to the bar and be my wingman? I'm like, no. I do not want to be the wingman for an 85-year-old man. But no, my dad, growing up as a kid, my dad for 35 years was a banker. That's all he did. He was a manager of a bank, which made game night at home really fun. What are we going to play? You know what we're going to play. We're going to play Monopoly. And I'm going to be the banker. But his rules were a little different. Yes, I will give you that money at 3% interest. And then when you couldn't pay it back, I'm taking all your stuff. But my dad had, growing up, I didn't get, we didn't have time out when I was a kid. We had blackout. No, my parents knew where to go for the jugular. I was involved in a lot of activities, and they would just take stuff away that we knew we wanted to do. That was more painful than any time out or counting to 10. But one time, I got caught playing with matches. 5th grade, got caught playing with matches. My dad catches me, doesn't say a word. Cool, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. I go to school the next day and there's an all-school assembly. We get in, we file in, they open up the curtains and there's a firefighter on stage doing the presentation on fire safety. He goes, kids, I'm here to talk to you about fire safety and the dangers of fire. I need a volunteer. All the 5th graders, pick me, pick me, pick me. He goes, is there a Jeff Zaret here? Oh my gosh, the firefighter's calling me, yay! I go running to the stage. He goes up, he does this demonstration, big ball of flames. He goes, see how dangerous fire is? And that's why you shouldn't play with matches. Like you were last night, and the whole school's boo. I'm now being shamed out of my own school. I go home and my dad's like, so how was school today? And I'll never forget this guy's name. I will be 90 years old. Firefighter Greg Lanza. Turns out that Greg Lanza was good friends with my dad. When my dad caught me playing with matches, he called him that night. He said, Greg, I caught my son playing with matches. Can we bring him down to the fire station and teach him a lesson? He goes, I've got one better. I'm doing an assembly tomorrow for his entire school. I guarantee when I'm done, he'll never play with matches again. I don't even smoke. I don't even touch matches to this day. As a comic, get a lot of opportunities. You know, we're not always on the road. COVID is down. I had an opportunity as a comic to do a commercial. It was a beer commercial. And the guy said, director said, very simple directions. He said, I want you to drink the beer and act like you love it. I said, okay. He said, now, drink the beer and act like you love it. Oh, I got it. That joke kills in Laguna. Got me out of a speeding ticket, too. I was talking about Disneyland amusement parks. I lived in Ohio for a while. I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. There was an amusement park there called Kings Island. There used to be a ride there called the Flight Commander. Great ride. You could turn this ride over, you could spin it around, you could turn the car upside down. Until tragically one day, about 25 years ago, a woman tragically overweight and drunk, always a good combination, was thrown to her death. For a while, they were calling the ride the Pitch-a-Bitch. I always wondered what it'd be like if Casey Kasem got a call from the distraught boyfriend for a request and dedication. Dear Casey, my beloved and I were enjoying a free-falling fun day at Kings Island. Could you please play Free Falling by Tom Petty? What else is there? Oh, this is kind of exciting. I'm a private pilot. I got my private pilot's license. You can applaud for that. Hard work. Took some friends flying and all that. I was living with a woman, and I convinced her to let's go flying. So I take her up flying. I'm explaining everything to her so she's not nervous. We get in the plane. We're at John Wayne, one of the busiest airports out there. I get on with clearance, and they tell me like 4 or 5 things. I read it back. They said, read back exactly correct. We move on to ground. I get on with ground. I read back a bunch of things. They read it back. I read it back to them. They said, read back exactly correct. We pull up to take off, get on with the tower. They tell me a bunch of things. I repeat it back verbatim. Read back correct. We get up in the air. I look over. She's got her arms crossed like this. I said, what's the problem? Are you nervous? Are you scared? She goes, nah, I'm just a little confused. You just talked to 3 perfect strangers who rattled off about 35 different things. You said, read back correct exactly verbatim to every single one of them. I asked you to do the laundry and you screw that up. Men are stupid, ladies. Just so you know, men are stupid. Set the bar down here, you will be much happier. Don't expect anything. And they're like dangerous animals. If you want to speak to them, make eye contact. Make sure they're listening. If you walk in, they're watching a ball game, and you ask them a question, I guarantee they're not going to hear you. Who's our drinkers? Yeah. On your when you're drinking at home and you see there's warning labels on the back of those alcohol. I think they need to change these to truth in lending labels. Warning, consumption of alcohol may cause you to think that you're bigger, tougher, and smarter than the guy next to you. Warning, consumption of alcohol may actually cause pregnancy. That's only if you're in Kentucky. I did a show in Kentucky. I did a show in Paducah, Kentucky. Went to a rest stop. There was a rest stop there, and a sign said, top 10 famous people from Kentucky. Number 1 on the list was Muhammad Ali. Number 10 on the list was Cassius Clay. People need to tell the folks in Kentucky it's the same guy. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Who's our smokers? Marlboro used to have a program where you smoke cigarettes and you got points. You got these points, there was a catalog, you take these points, you go to the catalog, you get free stuff. Folks, I looked at this catalog one time. This is for smokers. In the catalog, the stuff you got: hiking gear, biking gear, camping gear. For smokers, people, for God's sakes. And if you smoked enough cigarettes, in the back of the catalog was a whitewater rafting trip for you and 20 of your friends. Perfect, just what I want to see. 20 people that have smoked enough cigarettes, paddling their asses off, going, guy in the back of the boat going, paddle, paddle, stroke, stroke. Folks, my name's Jeff Zaret. Enjoy the rest of the show.